No, I was saying something. I was talking about the Trinity, right? And then the Son who created all things. Yahweh made himself plain for us all to see. So now, the triunity is apprehended in Scripture through a continual study and breakdown and apprehension of what the word is saying. So this in itself, the Bible, as most people have been, in our modern postmodern culture, what they say, the Bible is an easy book. We all can understand the Bible. This is why you have thousands of different translations of the Bible, right? But we, as Reason and Truth, we don't go to the translation. Where we go to? We go to the source. We go to the primary source. We go back to the etymological derivation of the lingua prima, which is the Hebraic writing. We go back to the epistemology. That is how each why each letters are the way they are, why they are formed, why they are structured the way they're structured. What's the reason? What's the purpose? Why? What is a yod? This is why Yashua said in Matthew chapter 5, he said, now not one jot, no one tittle shall pass, but every single word shall come to pass. Nothing shall not come to, it just wouldn't vanish away, but it will come to pass. Resurrection, in that he showed that he is God because he had the tools. He lifted himself up from the grave, from the dead. He lifted himself up. That's an impossible task. Who can do that? I don't know if any other man did that. And how we know that he rose himself up from the grave?
Because there's no body form.
There is no body form. The grave is empty. And how we know that he lived? There are eyewitnesses account. We have historical evidence. And when I say historical evidence, when I make reference to the New Testament, I am not making reference to a religious source. I'm looking at it from a historical document, because some of the most critical sources we are today, like these Dominic Crossan and these guys, the Jesus Seminar, who always trying to refute scripture, men like Bart Ehrman and these guys from Virginia, and all these men who try to discredit the scripture for what it is, they agree. And they're critical sources. They don't believe. They're atheists, some of them, they're agnostic. They don't believe that Yeshua Mashiach is who he says he is. However, they can't disprove the fact that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are historical documents, evidence, plaintiff. The Greek historians, the Jewish historian Josephus, all these men who made mention of this Moshiach, this Yeshua, this man who lived, this man who dwelt among them, the incarnation. He took and he put on what? Flesh. God incarnated. And remember last week I said from John 1:1, when the New Agers and the Indians and those Eastern religion, they believe now this is reincarnation. This is where now the twisted scripture and this, you see, the Bible speaking about reincarnation. This is not reincarnation. Incarnation and reincarnation is two different things. Incarnation in that he actually put himself in flesh. So now he have how much natures? 2 natures. He have 2 natures, but one body. 2 natures. He have a divine nature and a human nature. And that's the incarnation. There is no contradiction. Mystery, yes. Contradiction, no. And this is how you got to remember and see who he is. A new heaven and a new earth. Meaning this heaven and earth that he created is never going to what? It's never going to vanish. Because he made it for himself. And everything that God made, does God make mistakes? No, he never made a mistake. So everything he made it for his good pleasure. And eschatology, meaning speaking about end times. And when you shall see these things coming to pass, know that the time is closer at hand. And we've seen where we have wars and rumors of war, earthquake, volcanoes, and all these different cosmic activities that are going on. Right, cosmic activities. So tonight, what we're going to look at the deity of Christ. So let's shoot quickly here. So now after you guys can ask question after we go off the air, because you know when we're here, you guys who are looking at us over the internet, you know, it's like you're eating the meat, but then those who are here, we chew the bone, so to speak, and we suck the bone. And it's when you suck in the bone, you get the juice of all what we're actually discussing here. The deity of Jesus Christ. Right? What's the deity of Christ? What's a deity? Who can tell me what's a deity? Right, a divine person, a divine being. Can we have more than one deities?
No.
Why not?
Because it would eradicate their supremacy. You can't have two supreme beings.
That's right.
That would make them equal.
And then you will only have one. But you can have different kind or type of being. But you can't have more than one supreme being. Okay, very good. Okay, so now Jesus Christ, he claimed deityship. So now if he's claiming to be deity, truth about reality is knowable. Right? Truth about reality is knowable. How could we know anything at all in reality? You must have how many things to know if something is true? Opposite cannot both be true. Okay? Opposite cannot both be true. But we must, how much things we need to know something that is true? How much?
Two.
Why we need two? Why we need two? Correspondent. We need to correspond. That's right. We need to compare. So now, and this is what Jesus is going to be claiming. He's going to be claiming the truth about reality. He's going to be claiming opposite cannot both be true. He's going to be claiming he is the existence of God. Miracles are possible. Miracle is an act of God to confirm the truth of God's claim. That is what a miracle is, by a message of God. The New Testament, as I said before, it's reliable, right? So now Jesus claimed to be Yahweh, right? And when it is translated in the English, we see the word what? Jehovah, right? But we know the letter J is a newly formed word. And a newly formed letter, thanks. Right? Jesus Christ, he claimed to be Yahweh. So now if we look at Exodus chapter 3:14, what that says? Exodus 3:14, it says, I am who I am. That's how it is translated. Eye, Eshe, Eye. And we went over that a couple of months back, right? Eye, Eshe, Eye. Or Yor, He, Wav, He. Yor, He, Wav, He. So now what is that actually saying? And we're gonna look at that tonight, even as Jesus Christ is claiming to be who? Yahweh. He's claiming to be Yahweh. And if we look at Genesis 18:12, right? And we talk about the false gods such as Elohim, small g, right? And Deuteronomy 6:14 only refers to the Son, to the one true God. No other person or thing was to be worshipped or served. No other thing, no other person is to be worshipped or served. And you'll find out in Exodus 25. And his name and his glory were not to be given to another. And that is what Isaiah wrote in Isaiah 44, verse 6. I am the first and I am the last. Apart from me, there is no other. Apart from him, there is no other. He is the first and he is the last. Now, we're hearing all these things, and Jesus Christ is making these claims, right? And let me get one more scripture here for you. And he said, now, I will not share my glory with another, or my praise too with idols, right? And you find that in Isaiah 42:8. Jesus claimed, he claimed to be Yahweh. He prayed, and now, O Father, glorify thou me with thee, ourselves with the glory which I had with thee before the world was. Now he's saying, glorify me with the glory that I had with you before the world was. And you'll find that in John 17:5. But Yahweh of the Old Testament, hear what he said, my glory I will not give to another. So now we're seeing something like, it's like a contradiction. So now Yeshua is saying, glorify me with the glory that we once had. He is speaking to who? He is speaking to the Jews, the Sanhedrins, and all these rabbis of the day. So now he is quoting from Isaiah. He is making claims that they are familiar with. He is making claims that they are so familiar because they have the Torah. Now, it is not written in English as we have it now. It is written in Hebrew, and he is speaking in Hebrew. Good? So now we say, my glory will I not give to another, which is Isaiah 42:8, right? Jesus also declared, I am the first and I am the last. Revelation 1:17. Precisely the word used by Yahweh in Isaiah 42:8. He said, I am the good shepherd.